We have Home Alone 2, 1992. 21 crazy facts you didn't know. I just got done watching Home Alone 2 last night. So let's watch this. See what they have to say.
Crazy things happen in this movie. But did you know that Macaulay Culkin got a 4,000% pay raise between Home Alone and its sequel? Or that Joe Pesci actually suffered serious burns filming those slapstick scenes? Even crazier, one actor had a live pigeon fly directly into his mouth. Yes, you heard it right. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, made over $359 million worldwide back in 1992. But behind that success lies some truly wild stories that most fans have never heard. Here are 21 crazy facts about Home Alone 2 that will completely change how you watch this holiday classic.
Change it, bro. I hope it's not in a bad way. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I want to be able to watch this classic every year, on and on and on and on and on, including the first movie, bro. So don't ruin it for me, bro. I hope you come here with, with a good perspective at the end.
Number 21, the secret code name. The production team didn't want crowds mobbing their New York City shoots, so they gave the film a fake working title, Christmas in the Park. Principal photography ran from December 9th, 1991 through May 1st, 1992, a massive 144 days. That's significantly longer than the original film, and much of it came down to one factor. Child labor laws limited Macaulay Culkin to just 6 hours of work per day. The crew filmed at real locations including the Plaza Hotel lobby, Central Park's Gapstow Bridge and Bethesda Terrace, Rockefeller Center, Radio City Music Hall, and even the World Trade Center observation deck. But here's something most people don't realize. Duncan's toy chest wasn't actually in New York. The exterior was Chicago's Rookery Building, and the interior was filmed at the Uptown Theater, also in Chicago.
Oh, shit.
Number 20,
okay.
Mother Nature's Gift. The production purchased a massive supply of artificial snow for the New York City sequences. They needed everything to look like a perfect Christmas wonderland. Then something unexpected happened. A real blizzard hit the city before they could use most of it. According to production reports, the timing was almost miraculous. The genuine snowfall provided authentic winter scenery and made the bulk of their fake snow purchase completely unnecessary. Sometimes the movie gods just deliver.
Yeah.
Number 19, the John Candy connection. Fans of the original Home Alone remember John Candy's memorable turn as Gus Polinski, the polka musician who drives Kate McAllister home. What most people don't know is that negotiations took place to bring Candy back for the sequel. Here's where it gets interesting. Candy had originally taken scale pay, reportedly under $500, for his appearance in the first film as a personal favor to writer-producer John Hughes. He didn't negotiate any profit participation. When discussions happened for the sequel, terms couldn't be agreed upon, and Candy didn't return. Given the original film's success and his minimal initial payment, it's understandable that the situation may have become complicated.
Like he didn't know he was gonna be a classic like this, so now he's like, bro, you guys are better. Yeah, bro, y'all have to pay me my worth, like, cause there's no way I'm coming back over here for $500 again. There's no way.
Number 18, the only recast. Watch Home Alone and Home Alone 2 back to back, and most viewers notice the same familiar faces. The McAllister family returns intact, with one exception. Kevin's sister Linny was played by Angela Guthels in the original. In the sequel, Maureen Elizabeth Shea took over the role. The reason wasn't dramatic. Guthels simply had a scheduling conflict with a John Guare play. It's one of those details that slips past most viewers, but once you know, you can't unsee
past
it.
me.
Number 17, the 2-for-1 pitch. Director Chris Columbus had an ambitious idea. He proposed filming Home Alone 2 and Home Alone 3 simultaneously. His logic made sense. Macaulay Culkin was growing up fast. In Hollywood, child actors have a limited window before they age out of certain roles. Columbus recognized this and wanted to capture 2 sequels while Culkin could still convincingly play young Kevin McAllister. The studio rejected the idea. It was deemed too expensive and too complicated. Looking back, it's fascinating to consider what might have been. Home Alone 3, released in 1997, featured an entirely different cast and director. Columbus's 2-for-1 approach might have given the franchise a very different trajectory. Number 16, Pesci's method approach. Joe Pesci took an unusual approach to his scenes with Macaulay Culkin. He deliberately avoided the young actor whenever cameras weren't rolling. In interviews, Pesci explained his reasoning. He said he intentionally limited interactions with Culkin because he didn't want it to come across on screen that we were in any way friendly. Think about that. Pesci was so committed to selling Harry as a genuine threat that he essentially stayed in character between takes. The animosity audiences see on screen, part of it came from Pesci maintaining real emotional distance from his co-star. It's a fascinating glimpse into how seriously Pesci took what could have been dismissed as just a kid's movie. Number 15, 300 Pigeons.
I commend him for this.
The climactic pigeon attack scene at the end of the film wasn't achieved with special effects or trained stunt birds doing careful choreography. According to production accounts, approximately 300 real pigeons were released, while Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern were covered in birdseed. Daniel Stern has shared what happened during filming. One of the pigeons accidentally flew directly into his mouth. Stern described the experience as disgusting and revolting. 300 live birds, birdseed-covered actors, and at least one pigeon that decided Stern's open mouth looked like a good landing spot. That's practical filmmaking at its most chaotic. Number 14, the improvised electrocution. One of the sequel's most memorable moments is Marv's electrocution at the sink spigots. His skeleton lights up, his scream goes through multiple octaves, and the whole thing feels perfectly cartoonish. Here's what most people don't know. Daniel Stern largely improvised that performance. Stern wrote about it on social media, explaining that the director didn't call cut, so Stern just kept going, getting sillier and sillier, with his voice traveling octaves above my normal voice. He figured he wasn't giving Columbus what he wanted, so he escalated and escalated. What audiences see in the final film is Stern pushing the bit further and further, waiting for someone to stop him. Nobody did, and that improvised take made the final cut. Number 13,
that's genius
Purple
right
from
there.
Toes to, well, you know. The original Home Alone was physically demanding for Stern and Pesci. The sequel turned that dial up significantly. Stern has been remarkably candid about what filming did to his body. In various interviews,
it's crazy,
he's described
bro. It
Home
makes
Alone.
sense because, bro, in his second movie, bro, Kevin was literally trying to kill them with all the traps and everything, bro. In the first movie, he was really just trying to slow them down or whatever, but, bro, in the second movie, he was dead trying to kill them. Like, it was crazy, bro. I can't imagine what these actors went through, like, physically, bro. Oh, man. I'm surprised they can even... I'm surprised they can even still walk, like... Damn.
Was having really beat the shit out of me. His most brutal experience was the scene where Marv climbs the tower of televisions and bookcases. Stern said he hit every corner of every chair and table, take after take. The scene required multiple attempts to get right. The result? According to Stern, 3 days later, both legs were purple from toes to you-know-where. That physical comedy audiences laugh at, it came at a genuine physical cost.
Damn!
Number 12, an Oscar winner.
That's crazy, man. Yo.
In pigeon droppings. The pigeon lady who befriends Kevin in Central Park is played by Brenda Fricker. What many viewers don't realize is that Fricker wasn't just any character actress. She had recently won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for 1989's My Left Foot. That made her the first Irish actress to ever win an Oscar. So here was this award-winning performer, dressed in ragged homeless clothing, covered in fake pigeon droppings, acting opposite a 12-year-old in a Christmas comedy. Fricker has approached the role with good humor over the years. She reportedly still receives residual payments from the film and once joked about her costume. If you want to empty a lift quickly, dress up in pigeon crap. Number 11, the $5,000 bar tab. Here's a story that perfectly captures the atmosphere on set during filming at the Plaza Hotel. According to a 2018 interview with Daniel Stern, he and Joe Pesci were drinking at a Plaza Hotel bar during production. Donald Trump, who owned the hotel at the time, approached them and offered to pick up their tab. What did the actors do? They proceeded to run up a $5,000 bill on Trump's dime. Whether Trump regretted that generous offer by the end of the night remains unknown. But Stern has told this story multiple times over the years, and it paints quite the picture of the sequel's production environment. Number 10, the permanent souvenir. Here's a fact that sounds made up but is completely verified. Joe Pesci bit Macaulay Culkin during rehearsals for the first Home Alone film, and the scar is still visible over 30 years later. Culkin confirmed this during his 2024 appearance on Hot Ones. He showed the camera his finger and said, "It's 35 years later. I still have this little divot right there. He gave me a souvenir." The exact circumstances of the bite have varied in retellings, but the result is undeniable. Pesci's commitment to the role literally left a permanent mark on his young co-star. Number 9, from prop to phenomenon.
That's a mark. That's a mark of greatness, literally, bro. Most iconic Christmas movie again, like I said in the other Home Alone video, bro. It's a mark of greatness right there.
Home Alone. 2, Kevin uses a handheld recorder called the Talk Boy to trick hotel staff and create his elaborate deceptions. It's a crucial plot device that appears throughout the film. Here's the thing. The Talk Boy wasn't a real product when the movie was made. It was just a prop created for the film. Then audiences saw the movie. Kids wanted one. Parents wanted to buy one. The demand was so overwhelming that Tiger Electronics actually manufactured and released a real Talk Boy. It became one of the best-selling toys of 1993. The film essentially created a market for a product that didn't exist. That's the kind of merchandising power studios dream about, and it happened completely by accident.
Wow.
Number 8, the salary fight. While Macaulay Culkin negotiated his historic deal, Daniel Stern was fighting a very different battle. According to Stern's 2024 memoir, Home and Alone, the studio initially offered him $600,000 for the sequel, double his original $300,000 salary from the first film. Then Stern discovered something that changed everything. Joe Pesci was reportedly making between $2 and $3 million plus a percentage of gross. Stern pushed back hard. He fired his agent and represented himself. He demanded $1.5 million and 2% of profits. The final deal? Stern settled for approximately $800,000 plus 1% of profits. For context, Culkin was making $4.5 million plus 5% of gross plus 15% of merchandising. Stern played one of the two main villains. Half of the context. Culkin was making $4.5 million
was a way bigger actor.
The final deal? Stern settled for approximately $800,000 plus 1% of profits. For context, Culkin was making $4.5 million plus 5% of gross plus 15% of merchandising. Stern played one of the two main villains, half of the iconic Wet Bandits duo, and made a fraction of the child star's earnings. It's a stark illustration of Hollywood's star-driven economics. Number 7, cartoon cussing. The Home Alone films are family movies, which meant Joe Pesci couldn't exactly deliver his usual profanity-laden performances. But that didn't stop him from finding creative solutions. According to Daniel Stern, Pesci essentially invented what Stern called a language of cartoon character cussing. Instead of actual swear words, Pesci would substitute gibberish and hand-made-up exclamations that conveyed the...
both movies, he was like... Bro, it was so funny, bro. It had you wondering, bro, what language is he speaking, bro? Like, oh my god, bro.
Same frustration without crossing any lines. Stern described Pesci on set as so funny and crazy and bitter and pugnacious. The cartoon cursing apparently helped Pesci stay grounded in the character while keeping the film family-friendly. It's a small detail, but it shows how a serious dramatic actor like Pesci, fresh off his Oscar win for Goodfellas, adapted his approach for an entirely different kind of role. Number 6,
he got an Oscar
the perfect
for,
script.
Goodfellas.
Speaking of Daniel Stern's perspective, he's been remarkably complimentary about the writing. In interviews about his experience on both films, Stern has described John Hughes' screenplay in glowing terms. His quote, "The script was perfect, and I never read a script while laughing out loud." That's significant coming from an actor with decades of experience across comedies and dramas. For Stern, the Home Alone scripts weren't just serviceable family fare. They were genuinely excellent comedy writing that made him laugh on the page before a single scene was filmed. Number 5, real fire, real burns. The slapstick violence in Home Alone 2 looks cartoonish and harmless on screen. Behind the scenes, it was anything but. Joe Pesci revealed in a 2022 interview with People magazine
Damn,
that
that's what he looks like
genuine
now?
injuries during
How does he look like Johnny Depp, low-key?
His exact words, scenes. It was anything but. Joe Pesci revealed in a...
Nah, you can't tell me this ain't... You can't tell me this is not, Johnny Depp, bro. Captain Jack Sparrow, come on.
2022 interview with People magazine that he sustained genuine injuries during production. His exact words, "I did sustain serious burns to the top of my head during the scene where Harry's hat is set on fire. That scene, where Harry dunks his flaming head into what turns out to be a kerosene-filled toilet, required Pesci's actual face on camera. A stunt double couldn't be used for the close-ups. So when something went wrong with the fire gag, Pesci paid the price. He also accumulated what he described as bruises from the various physical gags throughout production. The next time audiences laugh at Harry getting torched, electrocuted, or slammed, It's worth remembering that some of that pain was very real.
Damn,
Number 4,
bro.
Roger Ebert's prediction.
I mean, bro, so that's the thing. It just couldn't be faked. Like, bro. Oh, so like, it was really authentic, bro. Damn.
Not everyone was impressed with Home Alone 2. Film critic Roger Ebert gave the sequel just 2 stars and wrote one of his most memorable pans. His review included this line: "Cartoon violence is only funny in cartoons." But Ebert saved his best jab for the ending of his review. He wrote, "Call me hard-hearted, call me cynical, but please don't call me if they make Home Alone 3. The film holds just 35% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, compared to 66% for the original. Yet audiences didn't care about critical opinion. The sequel still won the 1993 People's Choice Award for Favorite Comedy Motion Picture. And yes, they did make Home Alone 3. There's no record of whether anyone called Ebert about it.
Yeah, well,
Number 3.
Definitely was nowhere near, the first 2, but definitely still watchable. But yeah, whatever. Who cares what that other guy had to say?
When Kevin McAllister enters the Plaza Hotel and asks for directions, a familiar figure points him toward the lobby. That's Donald Trump, who owned the plaza at the time. According to director Chris Columbus, that cameo wasn't entirely voluntary on the production's part. Columbus stated in multiple interviews, including with Business Insider in 2020 and the San Francisco Chronicle in 2025, that Trump made his appearance a condition of filming at the hotel. Columbus's quote, "Trump said, okay, we paid the fee, but he also said, the only way you can use the plaza is if I'm in the movie. So we agreed to put him in the movie." But he did bully his way into the movie. Trump has disputed this account. On Truth Social in December 2023, he claimed filmmakers were begging me to make a cameo appearance. Here's an interesting detail. Columbus originally planned to cut the 7-second scene, but during test screenings in Chicago, something unexpected happened. According to Columbus, people cheered when Trump showed up on screen, so he told his editor to leave it in. Actor Matt Damon corroborated the broader pattern in a 2017 interview about filming Scent of a Woman at Trump properties. The deal was that if you wanted to shoot in one of his buildings, you had to write him in a part. Fast forward to 2025, and Columbus's feelings have clearly changed. He recently called the cameo a curse and an albatross, adding, "I just wish it was gone."
That.
Worth noting, when CBC Canada edited out the cameo from broadcasts, it sparked controversy. But the edit was actually made in 2014, before Trump's presidential campaign.
Yeah, you guys
CBC
heard,
confirmed it was
like
cut
the child
for
actor now, bro, I keep forgetting his name, Macaulay, but whatever Kevin's name is in real life. Apparently, I've seen some stuff like where he wants Trump's cameo out of the movie, bro.
Time constraints, not
I
political
don't know if you
reasons.
guys have seen this, but what do
The
you
cameo
think?
remains intact on Disney Plus to this day. Number 2, breaking box office records. Home Alone 2 didn't just succeed at the box office, it shattered records on opening weekend. The film opened on November 20th, 1992, and earned $31.1 million in its first weekend. That broke the record for biggest November opening weekend, which had been set just 1 week earlier by Bram Stoker's Dracula. To put the sequel's performance in perspective, it reached $100 million in just 24 days. The original Home Alone took 33 days to hit that milestone. The film finished 1992 as the 3rd highest grossing movie of the year, behind only Aladdin and The Bodyguard. Its final worldwide total of $359 million came from a $28 million budget, a return on investment that any studio would celebrate. Though it's worth noting the sequel earned $117.7 million less worldwide than the original. The first Home Alone pulled in $476.7 million and was eventually preserved in the National Film Registry in 2023. The sequel hasn't received that honor. Number 1, the 4,000% raise. This is the fact that puts everything else in perspective. For the original Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin received $110,000.
Do you guys think that the sequel should have gotten, should have earned as much money as the first, like?
A nice payday for a child actor, but nothing extraordinary by Hollywood standards. Then the film became a phenomenon. It earned $476.7 million worldwide on an actor, but nothing extraordinary by Hollywood standards. Then the film became a phenomenon. It earned $476.7 million worldwide on an $18 million budget. Suddenly, Culkin wasn't just a talented kid. He was the most bankable child star in the world. For Home Alone 2, his team negotiated a completely different deal. $4.5 million base salary, plus 5% of gross, plus 15% of merchandising rights. Do the math on that raise. From $110,000 to $4.5 million is an increase of over 4,000%, but the base salary was just the beginning. That 5% of gross likely added somewhere between $16 and $18 million to his earnings.
Bro.
The merchandising clause kicked in when the Talk Boy became a real product and flew off shelves. At 12 years old, Macaulay Culkin became the highest paid child actor in Hollywood history. Director Chris Columbus summed up Culkin's presence simply: he was just above and beyond a talent level. He was a movie star. The sequel cost $28 million to make and earned $359 million worldwide. Critics weren't impressed, but audiences didn't care. Home Alone 2 proved that lightning could strike twice, and that a 12-year-old could command one of the most lucrative contracts in family film history. So there it is. 21 facts.
Audience, we don't care, bro. Home Alone 2 is still fire, bro.
About Home Alone 2 that proved the behind-the-scenes story might be even wilder than what made it to screen. Real burns, real bruises, a pigeon in someone's mouth, a $5,000 bar tab, and a 4,000% salary increase for a 12-year-old. Here's the question. Which fact surprised you most? Was it Culkin's massive payday, Pesci's genuine injuries, the Trump cameo controversy, or Daniel Stern's salary battle? Drop your answer in the comments.
Damn, bro. I mean, it's gotta be the real-life injuries, though. Like, damn, bro. They really took a hit physically. But I mean, hey, you look what it delivered, bro. It delivered a legendary Christmas movie, and you have to respect it, man. Like, damn. Anyway, these guys are legends, though.
And if this kind of deep
Marvin
dive
and,
into classic films is your thing,
so what's his name again? Harry? Yeah.
hit subscribe. There are plenty more videos coming during this special holiday season, so make sure you are ready. See you in the next one.
Anyways, hey, that's gonna be it, for 21 crazy facts you didn't know about Home Alone 2. I hope you guys have had, very good holidays. And I mean, this is it. I'll see you guys in the next one, though. Peace out.